how are you trading based off all the information that's happening right now? Is there a specific setup that you're looking for currently? Like, how are you, taking all this in, and what kind of are you doing?
So like you'll meet people that will just be show me the charts, I'll tell you the news kind of people who just basically will be like, nope, charts just it's always in the charts. The charts predict everything. News is just fluff. It just explains why the charts do what they do.
Yeah.
I believe that there is a mix of both. I do think that there are fundamental things that happen. For example, USDC depegging or something like that, or the bank run. And I think that considering what happened and what we've seen with all these different banks, which by the way is a conspiracy for another day. All right, Operation Chokehold, right? Are they actually trying? Because think about it, like Bill was saying, imagine all this money flushing into cryptocurrency. Are they going to be happy with that? Are they going to be happy knowing that it's leaving the system going into crypto? So, we'll talk about that for another day. But I think that considering everything that we've seen, everything that's happened, it just really makes me even more bullish on crypto. So the way that I am trading it right now, yes, ultimately we are in that downtrend still, but I can kind of just show you some things real quick if you want to, if I could share the screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
And yeah, we'll just hop in here and tell me if you guys could see this or not. Yep. You guys could see this. So we were calling this the triple threat. Basically, this was the death cross on the weekly. And we also had this downward sloping support right here. And we also had this horizontal. And you could see that, that was a very critical point where they all kind of intersected right here. And you could see we had that rejection off of it. But the fact that we got this beautiful bounce off of this right here shows me that there is definitely strength in the markets. Now, we did have like a worst case scenario where, I don't know, let's say we completely get rejected. Bitcoin falls down to here. And, I don't know, maybe we consolidate and bore the hell out of everybody, into midsummer. It's possible. It's possible. But I consider what we're seeing here a lot closer. And keep in mind, we do have until the end of the week to close this candle. And we only have to get above around 25.4 almost, to get above all of these. But having a look right here, this is a classic. You've probably seen this. People, this photo is like all over Twitter. I don't know who took this picture, but it's the classic bump and run. And, you could see, we basically have that exact thing, right? We have this here, then we have that massive crash to the downside, which you could see, same thing right here. And, then what do? We come up here, we retest it once, we retest it twice, and now we've bounced up. And even though we didn't, close, we have put in a higher wick right here. So it is kind of showing me that this classic pattern could be playing out. Short term, you could see we're trying to pump up right now. And, the fact that we were able to stay above this heart line and we're making that attempt again, after this kind of excuse me.
Oh, sorry, Gareth, you're not muted.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry about that.
No worries.
No worries. But I wanted to show you this. Now, this is pretty crazy. This is a don't get scared, guys. This is like indicator city here. But I just want to show you the confluence that we're seeing right here. So you guys are probably familiar with this market cipher indicator down here. And you can see that when you get the green dot with the money flow flowing up, right? The red flowing up, and then you get that yellow VWAP with the RSI oversold, you could see that that basically has marked the bottom every single time. But to add on top of that, we also have the wave edge indicator, which I like to use also with this. And the interesting thing is if we look at this bottom right here, the wave edge has only ever given 3 of these greens, which in a nutshell is basically just a perfect buy. And what you want to do is you want to see this wave move up into this wave in confluence with the market cipher, also doing an anchor wave and a trigger wave, right? And that's literally what we're doing basically right now, or at least we're attempting to do it. We're very close, as in with the next few weeks. You can even see back here on the super guppy, and I hope I'm not going too quick for you guys. I just don't want to take up too much time. Look at this back here. Look at this super guppy, right? We're going into the neutral, and then, halfway through we hit the red, which usually tends to mean we're very close to the end. And you could see we had 1, 2, 3 of these blues. Don't worry about them if they're just, moving averages and stuff like that. But, eventually, if you come over here, we're doing the exact same thing. I mean, this is basically this happening right here. So I understand there's a lot of narratives and things like that. And I get why people could be bearish right now. But, and look at this right here. This is Bitcoin dominance. Look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, we go back to April of, no, actually, we can go all the way back to July, and you can see that we've actually finally broken this downtrend. Look at that just going right there. People are jumping into Bitcoin. They're not really, yeah, of course they're in the altcoins, but, and right here, look at this, guys. So according to sentiment, Bitcoin whales were actually responsible for the majority of this move. So we're seeing big players buying tons of Bitcoin. And get this, guys, we saw 70,000 Bitcoin withdrawn into self-custody. Now think about this logically. If it's on an exchange, they're sending it to an exchange, it probably means they're looking to sell. If you're seeing whales buying at the highest level in 9 months and then taking it and having the highest levels of withdrawals in 6 months, putting them into self-custody, it's very, very difficult not to be bullish on Bitcoin. So the only thing that I am concerned about is we did get another CME futures gap down here. I don't know if we're going to close that one since it was a gap directly after a gap fill. But that's maybe down around 20,300. But, you know, ultimately, guys, even if Bitcoin, I don't care, came all the way down here, you know, as long as we keep this upward sloping trend, then I have to still maintain my bullish stance on Bitcoin.